So we're gonna do a bike review of all the bikes we have in the household that we ride on a regular basis. So I'll go over everything that I paid for it, what came on the bike, and what I've added to the bike. So we'll start with my 2003 Suzuki LTZ400 right here. It came with stock tires, have plenty of tread on them. It was a one owner bike, so I'm the second owner. And this is pre-COVID purchase, so I paid $2,700 for it. And like I said, it had the original tires. It had some Nerf bars on there that were a little bit different. They went under and through. I didn't really care for them because they were kind of, you can see there's a line that goes through there. They're kind of pushing up on it. They went right under this line here. So I didn't really care for that. So I just opted to get these Alba Racing ones that just mount to the engine mount right here. So it had Nerf bars on there. You had 1.5-inch wheel spacers on the front already. It did come with these air dams. Came with the front bumper. Came with a 6-pack rack. The aftermarket handlebars. What else did it come with? Came with the parking brake block off cap. And I think that's it. And it did come with a different rear sprocket size and a different front sprocket size. He had it geared toward more the dunes. I didn't really care for it because there's really no first gear at all. It was basically second, third, fourth, and fifth. So I wanted a little more first gear. So let's see. I put 2-inch wheel spacers on the back. So now I have 4 inches in the back, up, together. I put on these aftermarket Nerf bars, these Alba Racing ones. I did put on these heel guards. He had sent it over with just, this bracket was cut off there, just old Defender. So I grabbed those off another bike that I flipped. They're not in the greatest shape. I would have liked to, it's broken there. Fortunately, they don't make those anymore, but maybe down the road I'll get the Nerf bars that come up. But we'll see. So things I've done to it, like I said, the rear spacers, the decal kit. I just put that seat cover on. I put the LED light bar on, and we did the new tires all the way around. I did change the rear sprocket. I think it was at a 41. I went to a 42, and the front was a 13, and I put a 14 on. I did have to replace this rear skid plate in the back. And I've done a timing chain on it. I've adjusted the valves on it. The water pump's been done on it. And coolant's been flushed probably twice now. And that's about it. It's been a good bike. And I did put this exhaust tip on it. It definitely sounds a lot better with that tip on it. And I do believe it's been jetted. I think he jetted it. I'm not sure what jets are in it. I haven't looked. So next time I'm in that carb, I'll definitely look at that. But as far as that, that's pretty much everything. It's got a belly skid plate on there. I did take that off another flip bike and put it on my bike because it was an Armadillo one, real thick aluminum. Better than the cheap Amazon ones. So swap that out from another flip bike, put that on mine. But other than that, she's pretty much stock. Haven't done much anything else. The grips I've replaced. That's about it. So that's that one. All right, next bike on the list is my 10-year-old son's 2004 Suzuki LTZ250. Came stock. Had the original tires on it. It was a low-hour bike. The gentleman I bought it from an older gentleman who had it for his grandkids when they came out to visit in Lake Havasu, Arizona. He actually had this one and a white one. I missed out on the white one, waited too late to go get him. But it was a 5-hour drive one way, so spent my day driving out there, picking it up and driving back. I paid $3,200 for this during COVID, probably the beginning of COVID, because I'm sure it would have gone up to about $36,000 to $4,000 now, because that's what I've been selling them for, is right around $36,000. And upgrades I've done to it were Nerf bars. I did put new tires on it. The sun blew through those pretty quickly. I put 1.5-inch wheel spacers on it. I originally had 2-inch, but it would cause the wheel to rub right there, the Nerf bar, with the bigger spacers on it, so I had to go down a size. And I put new grips on it. I gave my son a thumb saver just to keep his fingers from getting fatigued. And then we did the light bar with the bracket. And I did raise up the handlebars a little bit with some risers. This decal was not on it. That was on my bike like that. And I just cut it out and put it on that bike just to give it a little more pizzazz, I guess you could say. But the only thing I've really done to this is change the oil, filter, rebuilt the carburetor not too long ago, and changed the rear diff fluid when I got it. And I made this bracket for the license plate, so that way he can have his plate on there. You know, most people drill them into this plastic. I don't like drilling into plastics, but Arizona, we need OHV tags to ride on BLM land. And apparently when I registered, they thought this was going to be used as an on-road vehicle, and they really screwed up. This is all during COVID, and it wasn't even a DMV, it was like a third-party DMV, screwed it all up. So I've been getting charged extra every year to renew my registration tags and my OHV tag. So I just had to cancel my registration, and I'll probably go this year, summertime, and get some new plates just so I don't have the, so they're not registered as a motorcycle. But that's all we've done to this one. Like I said, I put that LED bar on there, and I did put this switch in there for the lights. But she's been a great bike. My kid loves it. Really very minimal maintenance on these things besides just changing the oil, checking the air filter, tire pressure, and spark plug, routine maintenance. This does have a timing chain. Definitely don't have any need to check it or replace it. Sounds all right. It's a pretty quiet bike. And yeah, that sums it up for this one. And we'll get on to the next one. All right, next bike up is my 14-year-old stepson's 2005 Suzuki LTZ250. I am the second owner on this bike. I bought it for $2,550. This was during COVID. It was a pretty clean bike. The original owner bought it new back in 2005 and had it ever since. When I did get it, the seat was torn right here. The plastic was, rimpled right here, and it was all scuffed up and smashed down. I did end up buying my stepson new plastic for the back, so it didn't look so bad. And then I had the seat recovered by someone else before I figured out how to do it, but did a nice job. It was $100 to do that. So, worst scratches are right there. That's the worst of it. And it's a pretty clean bike. Been a good bike. I did the XFR Nerf bars on this one as well. The wheel spacers, the new tires, the LED light bar. with the bracket, switch in the same spot. And I did raise up the handlebars and give him a thumb saver too. Kids seem to like that thumb saver. Helps out so that our fingers don't get fatigued. This one doesn't get used a whole lot. My son and I ride more than, we see him. He's with us 2 weekends out of a month, so summertime doesn't really get ridden that much unless we go out for a night ride. Just went out the other day, took him out. He's kind of the wild and crazy one. Doesn't want to listen, doesn't want to be safe, follow directions. He's always the one that'll end up getting hurt first, I'm sure. He had a little Can-Am DS90X model, and he already flipped that one. I don't know how he did that. He was going up a hill, and then it kind of went up a little bit, and he got all crazy and ended up rolling that thing. Scared the crap out of him, but boys, they soon forget about it and they go back to their wild and crazy selves. So, but it's been a good bike as well. Carb rebuild, oil change, spark plug, rear diff fluid, normal stuff. Besides that, haven't had any issues with it. The only difference between this bike and that bike is the color scheme here. The shocks are yellow. My other son's are red, and then he's got that extra luggage rack or whatever you want to call it on the back. So that's this one. You walk around to this one. Yeah, everything's the same as that bike over there, except he's got the new seat cover, new plastic in the back rack, same wheel spacers, same Nerf bars, same decal that I took off my bike. There's that one. All right, the next bike up is my wife's 2007 Honda TRX 250. I paid $2,500 for this bike pre-COVID. Came with these oversized tires, came with a 6-pack rack, came with this aftermarket front bumper, and the only things I've done to it, and it came with these Nerf bars as well. The only things I've done to it are put the 1.5-inch wheel spacers on the front, the light bar and the bracket, and to get her some new grips. She has a thumb saver as well. Besides that, everything was already on it. I did replace the plastics. It did come red. Before I bought her a bike, I asked her what color she wanted. She insisted she wanted red. I showed her white. She didn't want white. And then I think a month or two into having a red one, she wanted a white one. So we spent $800 on all new plastics. It is, I think, 3 different year bikes. So this is 1 year, 1 year. The tank cover came off a different year, and then the front bezel up there came off a different year. Just to get it all white. As they came red, they came white and red, they came black, and I think on the white ones it was like white, and then I think this was black, and then that was black as well. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is off 3 different year bikes, maybe 2. But anyway, so those are all new plastics. This very, very rarely gets ridden. It probably gets ridden just as much as my stepson's bike if I don't take it out. What else? But yeah, it's been a good bike. Had adjusted valves, changed the fluids. That's pretty much it. Besides, the grips and the everything else. Should probably need a seat cover here coming up in a while. It's got a rip back here. It's always been there, but the thing I don't like about the Hondas is this gap right here. I don't understand why they did that. I don't know if you can see it. It's like I don't understand why they didn't just make the seat bigger up here. It's just weird. But yeah, I do have another set of tires for hers when hers wear out, but she likes that cushy ride. So I do have a set up there for it that I bought when they were like, I think I paid like $180 something for a set of 4 of these Sun F tires. They've gone up in price, that's for sure. But everything runs good, starts right up, just like a Honda. You know, one click and it starts up just like the black one over there. So this is my fleet of bikes. Getting towed behind a Suburban. It's an 07 Suburban, and then I have a 16-foot trailer here that takes up the other half of the garage. So it's a 16-foot by 77-inch trailer. I have this for my side-by-side. I had a 14-foot trailer, and then my son got a little Can-Am DS90X to ride, and I needed something to put the ATV on the back and the side-by-side up front. And then we sold the side-by-side and just went to quads because the kids were getting older and they didn't want to ride in the back of the side-by-side anymore. They just want to do their own thing. So